Hey, it's me, Renee. I'm back, and I'm here, as you can see, for my January TBR, first of the year. I know it's already, well, when you're seeing it, it's the 7th, but right now I'm filming it on Monday, 6th. So it's a bit into a year, but it's not that far, so yes. And yeah, also in case you didn't know, I am hosting and have created the Hilarious Readathon, which is happening right now in January. And that's kind of it's a very chill readathon. You can double up on all the prompts if you want. It's just based around a bingo board. I'm gonna link the announcement down below where you also find the bingo board. But like among the prompts are things like read a YA book, read a book with funny title, read a translated book, award-winning book, a travelogue, a comic, lots and lots of options. So like if you want to start the year with reading something funny that'll make you laugh, this is a good place to a good reason, good way to do that. I have already sorry, and also give me a moment. Yeah. So I have actually already finished three books so far this year. Yep. Though two of them I had started last year, so it was like amazing. And two of them were DNFs. So sorry, I had four books that I have read, and two of them that I've finished and read. One of them being the Spell Shop book by Sarah Beth Durst. I'm gonna count this as fantasy science fi. Sorry, fantasy science fi. Fantasy hilarious because one of the prompts is a funny fantasy book. This one definitely is that. It's also cozy and lovely and all the good jolly feelings, but it's also, yeah, at times very funny. I laughed so much at sometimes here, so yes, this book, hyped, came out last year, and this time I would say the hype is real, the hype is honest. Check out this book. Well worth the read. And then I also found and finished. Give me a little moment. I'm just going to get the name of the book, even though I just finished it. I finished Empire of Shadows by Jacqueline Benson. It's been described as a romantasy, though I would say it can't give much more historical feelings than romantasy. Okay, so the thing is, it's a book with a romance in it, and there's fantasy elements. But I would say the point was the kind of treasure hunt feeling to it. I would say it felt more historical than fantastical, though. Yeah, it is fantastical. I would say maybe think Indiana Jones in book form, kind of that way, because sometimes Indiana Jones has like fantasy elements to it, but you think more about like running away from villains than that the villains is supernatural. It's not like a vampire. It's more like yeah. But it's the first in the series, and I very much enjoyed this first book. The second one is soon coming out on audio, so definitely gonna pick that one up. And yeah, so if you want something Indiana Jones inspired, where there's where both main characters have like archaeological background and not just one of them. Well, I suppose in some Indiana Jones both of them do, but yeah. Check out Empire Shadows by Jacqueline Benson. Love that book so much. It's amazing. At times, there's kind of even like the villains, or some of the villains is like, oh, you're kind of much mustachy troll villain. But it's kind of fun to have that kind of old style, over the top villain sometimes. And yeah, I love that book very much. So yeah, I have finished that one, and I would say that one I'm gonna say works for historical funny, because that's also a prompt. Read a funny historical read. So yeah, I would say I've done that one. And then now on to my TBR, the books I plan to read. So I plan to read The Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Leong. I'm gonna do this as a buddy read. Now, I've heard good things about this one. I'm not sure how funny it is, but I know it's supposed to be cozy and nice. And yeah, I suppose for this readathon, like, the books are supposed to be funny. And that's sometimes difficult to know which books are funny or not before you start to read them yourself. I mean, yes, you can read reviews, but a review could say this book is funny, you read it and you don't think it's funny. So, yeah. So with me, I feel like lots of this TBR is gonna be things that I have good faith it's gonna be funny. So it's either a known author or whatnot. But yeah, I had this on my shelf and someone wanted to buddy read it, so I thought, why not buddy read it now? So yeah, it's on my TBR for January. Will it be funny? I don't know. Let's see. Will it be good? Hopefully. Cross my fingers. Then we have A Red Hood's Revenge by Jim C. Hines. This is a retelling. I honestly I don't quite remember if I had retelling on my prompts, but on my prompt on my bingo board. But also, as I said before in the announcement, if you want to do this readathon, and if you just want to read one funny book, if you read one funny book, you could say, "Hey, I participated." It's as easy as that. You don't have to like fill out all 5 prompts or do 3 prompts or like the whole bingo board. No, that's up to you really. You could use this as an excuse to read lots of funny books, yes, or you could use it as an excuse to read one funny book. That's up to you really. So yeah, this is a fairy tale retelling. It's the third in the series. I have read the first 2 years ago, so I'm kind of excited to get back into this series. Then we have A Live Short, Talk Fast by Anne Hood, which is essays all about Gilmore Girls. And yeah, one prompt was funny essays. I'm thinking this is probably going to be funny because Gilmore Girls, it has to be funny. Kind of probably going to be poignant and nice, but thinking it will also be funny. Then we have Invisibility by Andrew Kramer and David Leviathan. For me, this is a reread, but it also works for a different bingo board I'm doing, which is read a book that was published between 2010 2020. So that will work for that. But also, I know I've read it before several times, so I know it's funny. And honestly, I just kind of feel like going back into this world and this book. I mean, sometimes a reread is. Sometimes you do a reread if you're in a book slump, but sometimes also it's just fun to do a reread for what? Just because. Because reading a book that you know it's good, like you know what you're going to get when you get to it, yeah, it's kind of nice in a mad, bad world where things are awful to like go into something that you know what you're getting, a known experience. And yeah, this book is just amazing. And then we have The Last Ghost by Helen Stringer. This is a middle grade, so we work for a middle grade prompt. And I found this randomly in a used bookstore, and it just looks very cool. I don't quite remember if this is the first, I mean, maybe the second. I believe it might be the first in a series. Didn't quite say, but it might be. So yeah. Anyway, Ghost and middle grade graders. This is gonna be fun. And then we have Guards by Terry Pratchett. This is also gonna be a buddy read for me. And I've been wanting to read Pratchett. Well, I tried actually Pratchett before, but it hasn't worked out. But I do like British humor, so I'm not really sure why I haven't vibed with him before. So I want to give it another chance, and hopefully this time it works. This time it works. Not like I have to love Pratchett, but I want to love him. So yeah, I'm doing a buddy read with Hermie from the Book Hermit. I'm gonna link her. Sorry, link they. And they were doing the buddy read over at the Discord, so if you want to join, go over there and join. It's actually starting today. I haven't picked it up yet so far, but plan to read it started today. And then we have a book that I have started. This Will Be Fun by E.B. Asher. So far, it's very funny. And I'm not quite sure which prompt it's going to be used for because, I mean, so many prompts. Maybe, did I have like a. I think I had like a. Yeah, I had a prompt of like a book recommended to you. I'm not quite sure if anyone recommended it to me or if it's just kind of randomly on my Bookstagram feed. Instagram feed. Anyway, I'm gonna read this one anyway. And then we have Sex, Power, Money by Sarah Pascoe. I did start this some years ago now, but I wanted to kind of try to get further into this one. And this will work with prompts written by a comedian or a non-fiction comedy, which also is a prompt. And then we have read a book by a Norwegian author, because I'm Norwegian, so I thought, why not add that one in as a prompt, really? For you guys, I have made a video about like Norwegian books that you could try out that are available in English. I'm Norwegian, so I read Norwegian. So I'm gonna read 'Kongene av Kongeparken' by Maren Skolem. This one came out in the fall, and it's all about people in the last year in high school and figuring out what they're going to do with their lives and whatnot. And I've heard some good things about this book. So, yeah. And that's kind of like my set TBR. Of course, as always, my set TBR. I'm also doing two book clubs because I'm part of two book clubs here locally. So I'm gonna do The Scandal in Bohemia, this Sherlock Holmes story. And I'm also gonna do A Stolen Focus by someone, but that's a non-fiction book. And other than that, I'll just be picking up books that I feel like after the mood, how the mood fits me really. And January I don't really have like huge plans, so could be nice mini month I think. And that's it for today. I hope you will like this video. If you have read any of these books, please comment and say it was a fun book, or you can say that it was not a good book. I want to hear your thoughts, and I'll see you soon. Bye.